This college basketball crown picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at Underdog Fantasy using promo code SGPN to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Get up to $750 in cash back rewards each month when you sign up at edgeboost.bet and use the promo code SGPN.
This is Coach June Jones, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Woo, it's
I just laughed at
clear the chamber.
I was laughing while drinking water. Bad
sure.
idea.
All right. Joining us.
But it's a true story.
Okay. Joining us on the line from the college experience, Colby Dant, aka Pig Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
Hey, happy crown time, guys. And Kramer, is that you?
Well, I don't get they bring me in cold, but they're.
Oh man,
that video of him spitting.
Oh, that is really gross.
It was like the sun was at just a bad angle where
it's like at the Rose Bowl. I feel like
the arc of the spit was just catching the sun.
You know what it reminded me of in Hard Knocks when they do that, like that zoom in of the sprinklers hitting the grass, and they have these beautiful shots, and the light is just catching it at the right angle, and it gets you excited for football. That is basically. Yeah. Him just as a sprinkler head slowly rotating and spit just going everywhere.
They would call that a glisten.
Yeah, it would. It's pure cinema. It was amazing. So, all right, lot to get to. Well, first off, let's do a little touting. 8-1 ATS on our college basketball crown locks. I was the one slacker going 2-1. Arizona State in the points. Oh man, that was annoying because they did not need to foul there with I think it was like 0.7 seconds. They called the foul and hit the last two free throws. And Washington State, I know we all had the money line. Even Arizona State was in that game the entire time. Washington State, Wazoo.
They were going to cover though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Like that foul at the end of the game.
Well, again,
had a non-material impact on the spread, right? 5.5.
Well, we picked it at 5.5, but it closed at 6.5. Okay, so if you bet it, honestly, if you bet it, you probably got it at 6.5 because
then you can bellyache a little bit.
Yeah, I got it at 6.5 because I ended up betting it right before the game started. Unfortunately, but
what are we better at, guys? The Crown, UFL. I mean, I feel like at this point we should just start. Can we get the marble races back?
Yeah, the less people are watching, the better we are at handicapping. I'll say this is a tournament too, though, and hop in. I enjoyed watching these games. I thought, Utah Butler, that was a good game. There were a couple of blowouts. Obviously, Boise,
Oregon State UCF game today was fire.
Came down to the wire. Oregon State should have won that game. What was it? The coach called the timeout right before he hit the shot. That is a brutal way to lose if you're on Oregon State money line. Kramer, that was your money line dog.
That was tough. Although that was, felt based on the half of that game was crazy in a bunch of ways. The first half under seemed golden, and then somehow it wasn't. By the way, 2-2 on first half unders on the day, 4-4 on the first round. So
it did seem like the overs for the full game. I didn't track all of them, but that seemed to be, especially if you took the totals early on when we gave them out, it did seem like it was tracking to the overs.
Oh, they moved so much.
They moved a bunch, and they all seem to follow this similar formula somewhat, where they started these games kind of slow for the most part, and then picked up late the scoring. CJ, the bet detective, had a theory that no one's off to a fast start there in Las Vegas. Now there were a couple exceptions, but I think big picture overs, if you went on the lines that we picked them at, probably was pretty profitable.
But back to your good games angle, there have been a number of severe blowouts.
Yeah, but I would say comparatively to round one of the national tournament.
No.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to let you do that.
Really?
I'm not going to let you walk out of the highway. There's dangerous traffic.
You thought
wait. I mean, we had
15 games.
Yeah. I mean, we had.
I thought these were I thought these were better than your average 1-6, 116, 215 games, especially in this tournament. What am I missing?
I think it was probably similar. We had some severe blowouts. It's similar to a first round of March Madness. You had some extremely severe blowouts.
I don't remember a ton of close games in the first couple rounds.
Really but some of the ingredients of the close games involved. I think it was similar.
I thought Butler Utah was a good game. I thought
that first half it was a great finish. I'll concede great finish.
Okay.
That first half was embarrassing. Colby agrees with me. When that was happening, I said, turn this off. If this is just going to be an NBA All-Star game and they're not playing any defense.
Butler Utah was good. Oregon State,
good finish, not good.
Oh, I thought it was a fun game. Butler Utah was good. Oregon State UCF I thought was a good
Georgetown
game.
Wazoo was
Georgetown
good.
Wazoo. I know if you look at the final, it was 8 points, but and even Arizona State, Nebraska, I thought was good. So then we got 3.5 good games out of 8.
I'll give you 2 halves with Butler and Arizona State, and even Oregon State. The Oregon State UCF game exciting. The second half of the Utah Butler game exciting, and moments of the Washington State Georgetown game was solid. The blowouts were pretty severe, 116 severe. And it was they were the kind of blowouts where you see the team quitting. You're live betting,
and maybe it didn't feel as bad because I feel like we were
on the right side.
We were on the right side of a lot of these, so that felt pretty good.
Well, Sean,
although Colby did have George Washington Tulane. Colby 3-5 ATS, but 3-0 on his lock. So carrying the weight in the lock department.
And Sean, I doubled up on after yesterday. I was I'm feeling pretty good about these picks. Doubled up on Oregon State and Villanova today.
Villanova was, that was just a smash.
We said it immediately when we saw the spread.
Yeah,
this doesn't make any sense.
Well, and that line jumped up. I got it. We picked it at 2.5. I bet it at my bookie, and I know some people are having issues getting down or having issues with their bets. My bookie is offering all the action.
My Butler play, which I felt very good about, got voided. Now the only good thing is that the George Washington play got voided as well, and actually a slew of them got voided. But then I jumped over to my bookie. I jumped in that action, and I used the promo code SGPN, and because of that, I had the discipline to stay off the DePaul Cincinnati game. Right?
Good for you, Colby. Good for you.
I did play Tulane, so I did eat a pile of shit there.
Any big picture thoughts? I mean, right now, and we're going to talk about it. Villanova USC. This is a damn good college basketball game.
I have some
Cincinnati UCF. I think's not bad. Butler Boise State. I think's a decent game. And then even
second half Butler if they show up.
And Nebraska Georgetown. I think we got a decent quarterfinals matchup. What's been your take overall, Colby, of the first annual college basketball crown?
Well, they got some wrinkles, some kinks to work out as far as let's not have the voided bets when you.
Well, so yeah, if you weren't following the drama, basically what happened was a lot of these books in some of the states, because it wasn't a officially NCAA sanctioned event, for whatever reason, those gaming commissions wouldn't allow them to take the bets or requested that they voided them. I don't know what happened. I know some states Like Nevada, they're fine in Nevada.
Why is it they don't respond this rapidly when the books are screwing people by avoiding actual?
That is, yeah. I mean,
how did this become a 5-alarm fire?
Well, also too, and I would probably put the blame on the regulators, but I don't know the behind the scenes. But I would. How does no one at the gaming commission, when they're offering these bets, how do they not say to them ahead of time, "Hey guys, you're not allowed to do that legally"? Like, why do they not have that conversation before?
How is it okay for the regulators to create a scenario where the customer is going to feel swindled, and yet there's not that I'm saying there should be compensation. I kind of am saying that if the regulators are the one doing this, and the reason is paperwork, come on.
Yeah.
Like figure out a way to get the paperwork fixed, leave the bets in place. Like that's ridiculous. You want to remove trust in the system. This is exactly how you do it.
Each state was different. They voided all of mine. But I know Mac got burned. So, this happened later in the day, by the way.
Yeah,
so,
that's the other thing. Like, how do they not? They should have.
They voided finalized bet.
That's insane.
They took, and no, his second bet. I think he took George Washington. They took his money for the loss.
Yeah.
And then they voided his win on Butler. I mean,
they need to. The gaming commission needs to sit down with these books and. Yeah, if they kept money on a loser and then voided a winner, that's really fucked up.
That's screenshot worthy for social media.
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it. Hit us up. We'll try and I mean, it seems like it's the states doing this, but then you never know. Maybe there's stuff.
This is what happens when you have people that don't understand an industry regulating an industry, and someone. This probably happened in a very hilarious way where someone's relative found out that what is this?
Well, and then how
we're not getting a piece of this. Where's our kickback?
Well, and how these
give me our money.
Government agencies work. Oh wait, that state's doing that. Well, we should do that, right? We don't. And I'm sure it was some weird domino, and it was haphazard. So
reminds me of
start with the regulators and work our way down.
Reminds us of when we were getting situated in the state of West Virginia. Oh, just complete incompetence.
Oh yeah. Well, getting licensed to promote sportsbooks in West Virginia was hilarious. I had to explain to a woman what a podcast was. Like, this is going to be a long conversation. So hopefully again, if they had to void it legally or whatever, make it up in free bets, whatever. This is, don't do people dirty like this. That makes everyone look like idiots and makes everyone look bad.
And it's year one of this. I think next year they'll have it more fine tuned. But I mean, I personally love. I know some people were negative about it, but I think it's great. I think it's great having more games on. I don't really see the negative side of it. Besides,
I can't imagine I mean, I guess there's an element of this where the Crown and just sports in general. Why is the rule written in such a way where this isn't just lumped in? That's insane.
Yeah.
What kind of it's like New Jersey not allowing you to bet on Rutgers. That's gonna fix the problem.
Or New Jersey not allowing you to bet on college basketball games even happening in the state. That was crazy. So
they might give it because they're thinking they're mob brains, right?
Yeah.
And they're they're gonna fix something. If it happens here, they're gonna fix it.
Yeah. All right. But we got a bunch of games to get to.
Which reminds me, do you remember when the NCAA threatened Delaware that if they legalized their sports parlay lottery, they would never host
you'll never host it. Meanwhile, New Jersey was the first one to host we're the first state to legalize, and they haven't figured that out. It's insane. They're
just highlighting the NCAA's incompetence as well. Hey guys, look, we figured out a playoff over here on football.
Anytime you get the NCAA working with the regulators, and some of these books, it is a massive clusterfuck.
Just had a shocking moment looking at my balance.
Right.
Forgot I doubled up.
No balance baiting on the air.
So wet right now.
All right. Before we get to the games, though, this was a viral video we have to talk about, and I wish they would do. I haven't seen any of these kind of things going on. at the Crown, I feel like maybe missed an opportunity, but if you missed it, they had a Atlanta Hawks contest. Now this is what's fun at these NBA stadiums. If you watch, if you have league pass, they will air these in-game contests.
Best thing ever.
It's a highlight of league pass.
You get the halftime show. You get the local, whatever's going on. In the
cheerleaders,
stadium.
Red Panda tossing the bowls up on the unicycle.
Man, how much do you think she makes doing that circuit? Like she's hitting every NBA stadium twice.
It's got to be a good gig. So here's what's basically what's going down is you have to go down. It's two guys going head to head, and they have a tic-tac-toe board in the middle. You have to go down, hit a layup, bring either an X or no, bring it back, and then build your tic-tac-toe thing. One guy, youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast, unfortunately has an injury, and just the way people react to it, his injury in general, it's amazing.
Change tic-tac-toe game. Now, this is a basketball game, so we had to add some basketball in it. They have to make a layup in order to get a game piece. Once they grab their game piece, they'll place it on the board, and the first to get all 5 game pieces or tic-tac-toe will be our winner. So, James, Daz, are you ready? All right, then tic-tac, go!
The guy definitely falls through. Oh, just completely eats it. Immediately blows out his ACL.
Let's make sure that guy is good.
That's tough.
I mean, is he?
I feel bad, but the other guy just keeps making the tic-tac-toe.
Fair game at this one.
I don't know why. It's just so funny. What's he supposed to do?
Let it keep going. They show the replay, I think.
Come over here with me and check on James.
How they make him go check on the other guy?
What's
he gonna do? Also, I guess.
Okay, we gonna check on him, but I mean, I don't.
Yeah, what? Come on.
Are we live? Are we live?
Him, I can't be a winner.
Wow.
Back to you.
Goal.
That was great. That was just amazing. Their reactions were hilarious. Oh, it's also too, if you're gonna blow out your ACL, probably doing it at a professional sports stadium has to be the best place to blow it out because they have training staff right there. And Kramer was pointing
that lives
out,
on forever though, and now he's burned. Like that's why he should have had a few whiskeys. I think he wouldn't have burned. He wouldn't have blew his ACL if he had a few. You know, you get that feeling loose. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's why the drunks, they don't tense up when they get in the accidents. That's why they always do all right there. Right. He's never, when he goes down to the barber shop, wherever the hangout is,
he's done.
He's just
family
outings. He's going to show up in crutches and air casts. They're like, this motherfucker couldn't hit a layup.
It's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I mean,
and he didn't even win tic-tac-toe.
Must have been maybe a couple months ago. The middle school volleyball team had like a parents first kids event where all of these events, when they get the parents out there doing stuff, there's always those couple parents that are clearly like, we're good at it. And then there's the couple parents that thought they were really good at it, but are going to go super fucking hard.
Yeah.
Right now. And yeah, nothing more embarrassing than getting injured in that kind of setting. And I'll tell you, I saw one of the funny, it's not funny because I'm sure that this person was not the same for a couple months, but dude fully lays out on a hardwood floor for a volleyball. For again, we're parents versus kids. Like we're playing like literally our kids. Like, what are you doing right now? And he must have broken a rib or something. Like came up, was like couldn't breathe. It's just like, yeah, this guy. Also the fact that he might have slipped on some water. It did look a little slippery out there.
Yeah, well, you got your lawyer brain on. They better hope he signed a waiver.
But it's not only embarrassing to go down like this in front of a lot of people, but playing basketball.
Well, and getting a layup.
Like you weren't getting up there to dunk. You were just going soft off the glass.
Is this more embarrassing than like 50 Cent throwing out the first pitch?
That's a good question.
I think it is. I think it is.
Yes, because I would say that it's probably, this might come off the wrong way, but I think the act of putting up a layup probably is more universally acquired than being able to throw an accurate baseball.
Well, and put it this way: when you Google celebrity can't throw out first pitch, there's at least other celebrities that come up.
No, but 50 is pretty bad.
When you Google guy blows his ACL out trying to make layup, there's only one guy that's going to show up, and it's our buddy.
Yeah. I mean, and now you have to have surgery. Like when 50's done throwing that, he can just kind of hide from it. Like whereas. This guy's got to go have surgery. He's got to tell his job.
Well,
he's got to tell his job. I need some time off.
I'm using all my PTO to recover from a layup. At least 50 Cent, he goes out on tour. He's making millions of dollars. He's got royalties. He's, getting laid, I would assume. He's having a good time. To your point, Colby, this guy.
When's the last time you watched this?
It's been a while.
Curtis Jackson. And his first pitch was not great. Just a bit outside.
I mean, like the problem with Curtis Jackson here is like
50 cents.
It's not the fact that the throw is so bad. It's the fact that he clearly doesn't know how to throw. Look where his leg goes. What is that?
Just a bit outside.
What is that?
Just a bit outside.
Luckily, no one is at the game. The Mets were so bad. Look at that crowd.
Yeah, it is dead. Also, did you see Michael Rubin, the Fanatics CEO? Did you see his pitch? It was in a
when was
like
this,
a batting
recently?
cage? Yeah, it just happened a couple other days ago. It's really bad.
Fanatics is not doing a good job of anything, are they?
Yeah, I don't know. Not off the top of my head. They got really mad. People got really mad at their uniforms. People got really mad at some of the other stuff.
They screwed up uniforms really bad, which that shouldn't be that hard. They screwed up sport. It doesn't seem like they're crushing sports betting. They definitely screwed up content. From what I gather, it doesn't seem like that went well. And perhaps what are they doing well?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to.
Where'd they get all this money to buy these contracts to be the exclusive?
Well, they did they make a ton of money.
These jerseys people are getting are legit hilarious. Have you seen some of them? They look like photoshops.
They did bad job on the baseball jerseys.
Like misspellings on the last names. Like what the fuck?
All right, let's get into the games. Before we do, shout out to Edge Boost. Head over to edgeboost.bet. Use the promo code SGPN. Get you that fire Visa debit card. Again, wherever you want to get down on action, Edge Boost is accepted. Makes your life way easier. You don't have to pay the cash advances. And honestly, DFS, sweepstakes places, sportsbook, casinos, anywhere place is gonna. I've had this happen a number of times where the bank flags it, or they want to charge you a cash advance fee on your credit card for depositing. You're depositing in a sportsbook. You don't need to pay extra money. And the best part is you can recoup some of those lost ATM fees, cash advance fees over the years by earning Edge Boost rewards. Every month, your Edge Boost balance is boosted with the cashback rewards. Head over to edgeboost.bet. Use the promo code SGPN. You can get the instant tier 2 status. So you get more cashback rewards. Edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Head over there if you're getting down on the crown. We just laid out some of the issues facing certain
that's not the right
certain places. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Kramer just accidentally showed
I'll put it back up.
Minor league baseball mascot that definitely looks like a vagina.
It's very detailed, very textured,
very graphic.
I mean, I like it.
I mean, you could knock out sex ed and PE with the same illustration here. All right, kids, this is if you're interested,
now you take a fork and you and you go
shuck it.
Yeah, you make sure you get the stem over here. Yeah, wild logo still. Can't believe they're Fanatics probably has a hat with that one. You're probably not getting
I might buy that if they do.
All right, so should we talk anything else we want to get to before we talk second round?
Nope.
Buzz. How about Buzz Williams?
Oh yeah, Kramer, we buried the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of were when we were hypothesizing why is this happening. It's like, well, this is kind of what he does. He did the same thing at Virginia Tech. Although I don't think he ever took a fake extension at Tech. He let his contract run out. But if you go back and look, Marquette, I believe 6 years, Virginia Tech 5 years, Texas A&M now 6 seasons. And so hypothesizing why, I since did some reporting, and it sounds like Buzz, same stories that you heard out of Blacksburg, which is played by his own rules, didn't kiss the ring. People there eventually grew to not like him. And now he's going to a basketball school. So who is reinvesting in their NIL because their last coach called them cheap asses. So, I mean,
this is a weird carousel of Willard moving to Villanova, Buzz moving into
it's an insanely
Maryland.
Safe, it's a safe hire because Buzz gives you a very high floor.
Yeah.
You can argue that maybe whatever the argument you'll hear on the sports talk about him not being a championship caliber coach. Well, there's like 3 of those guys. I mean, he's probably going to lock you up into the Sweet 16 most years.
You'll get into the
he's way better than Willard.
And your style of basketball is going to be very clear. And honestly, if I'm the, Under Armour or whoever's trying to, push the narrative there, it kind of is a good like East Coast style of basketball that I'm excited to see Buzz in the Big Ten.
It was just surprising because he was from Texas. That was the thing. Like when he got the A&M job, he was like, this is my final job.
It's where he went to school. He went to school at one of the satellite campuses. He had coached there before. But that's the thing, right? He just doesn't, he's not going to do, he's like hyper focused on his way. If you fought, like what part of what was impressive following him at Tech, he just has this is the way that Buzz does shit. This is the way that he dresses for games. This is the way the team prepares. But that's the part of college coaching that most coaches don't have. And he probably needs it on offense. So it does also make sense that means he's not going to do the stupid fucking swaying chant at the school. And he's not going to go to the, apparently he not once met one-on-one with the athletic director, Colby.
Which I mean, the athletic director is former Indiana Colt linebacker and Nebraska cornerback Trev Albert.
But
Trev Albert, yeah.
Isn't the AD your boss? How do you not just have one?
Yeah. Such an awesome move.
Yeah, but you should have like a check-in when the season starts.
No, that's a badass fucking move.
I guess.
Fuck off. I'm working here. It's the Tomlin. I'm working here meme.
Well,
so yeah, I mean.
Chris Beard to A&M, that's the rumor?
Yeah. Is that not done? I saw the reporting. Sean was hesitant because it is April Fool's.
I was so annoyed. There was Hunter Dickinson 7th year. I'm like, that sounds like bullshit. And then it is an April Fool's. Like you can't do any coaching news on April Fool's.
Is Hunter Dickinson 7'2"? That's the part that stood out in the report to me. That was like, I was like, he's not fucking 7'2". Got guy 7'2" and he plays below the rim. That's impressive.
I fell for like three. Well, because it's these April Fool's jokes where it's like kind of believable. Are just dumb. I mean, and then like what? You got me. You tweeted out something somewhat believable.
Colby, do we have any? Do you have people in the Maryland fan base?
I do.
I need a badass Maryland piece of fan gear to represent Buzz.
Terp.
Well, we need a new photo of you finding Buzz Williams. What was that? What did he get? Like a mural in
the never released photo.
That's a great point. Maybe
Kramer walked like a half a mile out of his way.
I'm gonna
take a photo of Buzz Williams.
Colby, I'm gonna have you use AI to put it to like a nice touching music, like a goodbye. But not goodbye forever. I'll see you soon as a turtle. I do like turtles. Maybe a turtle, something turtle related.
And make sure you catch the Fran. If we got some footage of Fran Dunphy at that bar, shout out. Someone contacted me at DM.
All right, one more.
Come on, play Colby's.
One more thing. Colby, do you have it already?
Sending it off to you got it.
I got it.
Sending him off into retirement. So I appreciate the footage that we got by it's one of our fans who was at the was that the Watering Eagle? Is that the name of the bar in South Philly? That he was at. I'm not sure. It's all speculation, But yeah, Fran Dunphy.
There's a bar down in Philly called the Bird.
Bird Bath.
Turn this down a
Okay.
little bit.
Greg, the Birthday Bar is a fun bar down in Philly. It might have been at.
Why are we not seeing anything? There we go.
All right, here you go.
All right, you got to start from the top. You got to start from the top.
It'll loop again. It will loop again. Hold on. Great plug there at the end. Colby.
Yeah, no, this is
right,
amazing. If you missed it, Pixel production. And now you're looping the audio twice.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what. Oh, there we go.
This guy stands no chance.
Just Fran moving in, stealing some guy's girl, making out.
Then
Fran
he looks into
Duffy.
the camera.
Oh man, the world's gonna get super interesting now with AI.
Right here. This is high level AI. That's good. That I'm buying that. My human brain is not seeing AI right there, Colby. This is very well done.
Oh,
tell whoever made this for you. Well done.
Well, I'm the slide master, and the slide master sometimes veers off the reservation a little bit.
Very annoying, Sean. I've been getting a lot of people asking for more slides in the DMs.
Well, get the slide master to work. A shout out to ES tossing us a little tip there in the old tip jar, saying thanks for the picks. As always, your earlier crown picks were on fire. So let's keep the fire rolling, Kramer. What do we got?
All right. We have 4 games. One we'll have to we might have to project the spread, as I don't think it's opened yet. Maybe it will in the next couple of minutes. We're headed to Wednesday, 4 p.m. out in Vegas. Butler, Boise State. Butler did not look good for long stretches in that game against the Utah team that, per Colby, did not have their best talent out there. And Boise State, as I said, looking like one of the better teams in the tourney. They did go off as the chalk. I have Butler advancing here in my bracket. Of course, we're sitting on a nice 20-1 future there. How do I play this, Colby?
No, we take Butler because Boise.
Okay.
George Washington looked like a team that changed their name from the Colonials when they played the other day. Because good God,
they were there for a little bit, and then once they went away, it looked like they just said, "Okay, time to go gamble."
Well, how about this? Boise made the tournament. What, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? I think it was.
Yep.
That year they played Thad Matta and Butler. Butler did not make the tournament, and they beat him by 14. Clear coaching advantage with Thad Matta. He's played. He's coached in national championships. Now, the only thing I worry about are those dry ass boogers you get in Vegas on your second or third day.
So, wow, Boise will be.
You might be looking like Boeheim. You might be looking like Boeheim.
That's why you got to get the. Well, one.
How dare you speak of Sean's idol?
Yes,
he reveres this man.
Come on, he's doing a little mining operation. Colby.
He didn't mean
no
to leave
need
the
to be
scene.
smirk. He didn't leave the scene. Where were we? Boise State.
Talking about Jim Boeheim's past.
Kramer, are you going to ride with the Butler Bulldogs?
I think so.
Really? Boise State was a little sleepy, but they looked pretty good late.
Well, George Washington was real trash team, and for a half they looked like they were sleepwalking. Granted, they did walk away with it, but yeah, I mean, I think to Colby's point, also the Butler game, the weird start. Once they got to business, they figured it out. I like that they were in a little bit of a close game. They have the coaching moments from Thad. And yeah, I'm going to ride I'm not going to go against my future. That would definitely be seen as hedging.
I'm taking Boise State.
Really?
I have them advancing in my bracket, but also
this many points.
Yeah, I
it's
get
a big
you.
number.
It's a hair high, but I think Boise State is used to the quick turnaround in Vegas. They were just here in the Mountain West Conference tournament. They were used to playing back-to-back games. They made it all the way to the Mountain West Conference Championship. Again, they were the chalk for a reason. I think this is a tough spot. If you've never been to Vegas and went hard on a Monday and then had to come back on a Wednesday, that's a quick turnaround if you're not used to that Vegas lifestyle. So I think that is something that favors Boise State. So I will take Boise State. Colby, what are you doing officially here? You're taking
all over Butler. Look, 40th in the nation,
Butler, huh?
3-point field goal percentage. Boise, 319th. Your little Andrew Meadows with his fucking 4 eyes. It's not going to work.
Come on.
It's not going to work against that.
And again, they're in the same building. They're back at the MGM Garden Arena for the second round. Butler shot 13 of 32, good for 40% there. So the sight lines, they're locked in. They played a relatively short bench. Once they got things going, Yeah, Butler money line is live. Good luck with your Mountain West team. We're fading them over here too.
Boise State shot 57% from 2, 36% from 3, 8 and 9 from their free throws. Again,
George Washington's a girls' school.
Oh, wow.
Wow. How dare you, Colby?
Sticks and stones.
Well, they got rid of their football team a long time ago. They changed the Colonials. Butler still has their football team rocking. All right.
So George Washington.
It's true.
Is that what this is?
I learned a valuable lesson.
He's angry.
Should I not agree with him?
Kramer, as a guy who loves laying the chalk.
Not that.
And
I don't like laying the chalk here. But now if you want to talk about laying the chalk, we can move along to 6:30 p.m.
Oh, all these big favorites.
Slide Master. We forgot about the
Colby,
Slide Master
what the
here.
fuck are you doing, Colby?
How do we do this here? You're supposed to be producing this thing, right?
You're sitting there. It's not like your arms work.
That is a cool Butler dog. But I'm sticking with the Boise State
just
Broncos.
Like a long, like sexy T-shirt?
Yeah,
with no pants.
It's like my wife when she give me a big T-shirt. I'll wear it as a nightie.
Oh, okay.
What about this horse? This horse is looking back at all those bricked ass threes they Boise shot all year, saying, "Damn, you motherfuckers can't hit a jumper."
No, he's looking back, looking at his horse cock. I think it's a fuck up Butler with. Come on.
I guess it's a Bronco, so it isn't.
I love the Broncos.
Well, he's probably trying to get a good look at that ass on the Bulldog. Not sure what kind of situation's going. I mean, kind of wearing a dress. Also got that choking collar or whatever the choker.
Dog's a freak.
Yeah, I mean, some would say collar, but I'm gonna go with choker. And then we go.
Is that because you want the dog?
Well, just that dog. Go back, Colby. That dog is looking. I mean, that dog is.
Kramer's about to say the dog's asking for it.
Look at that. Look at that ass in the air.
It is.
Look at those eyes.
It's unnecessarily provocative.
That's not a male dog.
I will give you that.
That's a female.
Hey,
dog.
whatever. Brian, we're not here to judge.
The eyes are a little weird.
That's what I mean. It's female eyes. I can tell.
He does look like he had his lashes.
And the way the back is arched and the ass is out. I mean, come on. All right. How can you resist that, Sean?
Because I like
6:30 p.m. on the West Coast for the nightcap. Nebraska. We haven't done enough talking about the mayor and Georgetown. Georgetown catching 7.5 here, plus 255 on the money line. Nebraska minus 320. I do regret not going with my gut and taking Nebraska in the first round. Colby talked me out of it. I thought Nebraska might go on a little
Arizona
run here.
State
now it looks
live.
like they could.
Yeah,
152.5 is the total. We're laying the points here, right?
No, give me the point.
That's a high number.
Look, you can't trust these Cornhuskers. They like away from Lincoln. They haven't been the same all year. Okay, they got the win. Arizona State's known to collapse in a lot of games. I just thought they would be able to get that one. Ed Cooley, I trust him in Vegas. Vegas. Yeah, I think you got to worry about those corn-fed white boys.
Honestly,
Sean, you want to look at that free throw percentage? See where you're going.
Well, they were all right. They're not a great free throw shooting team in general, but they are getting 6.5 or 7.5 points, which I think I'm with Colby. This is a little too high to lay. And I didn't think Georgetown played amazing. I didn't think it was impressive they got the win because, I mean, Washington State, I thought played really well. I think this was a decent win for Georgetown.
Wait, didn't we find out the entire team was sick?
No. That wasn't
Washington State. I'm pretty sure. And the line moved for Georgetown. Am I wrong?
Is that a rumor? I thought that was just the shady gambling enterprises behind all this. The regulators.
No, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Either way, we also didn't hit our underdog entry.
Yeah, that was annoying. Washington State guy, they only hit 1-3. That was the thing. They were shooting lights out from they were 24-38 from 2-point. They were 5 of 20 from behind the arc.
Georgetown had 6 starters. That's what it was.
Yeah, and they got the win against the Washington State team that was pretty good.
Yeah, but the team is now they're gonna have a bunch of sick guys. Obviously,
I don't know.
I think like a situation.
I'll take Georgetown the 7.
I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade.
Well, what do you mean? Look, they hit the Vegas buffet. I'm sure.
Vegas
I know
is
the
not
human
the place you
being
want to get
and fish can coexist peacefully.
It's not the place you want to get sick. That's all I'm saying. I think this is a clear.
You're laying the
fade spot.
Laying the chalk.
Clear fade spot. Yeah, again, Vegas not a great place to get. You mentioned it, the dry air. Some of the stuff you said about Butler definitely applies to Georgetown here.
Yeah, but it's 7.5.
No, I understand. You want different matchups. You want to disregard that handicap.
No, I think Georgetown I thought played a decent enough basketball, got the win. Boy, Butler, I don't know, man. I was not sold by Butler watching that game.
You want a prediction?
Sure.
The winner of the Butler Boise game will play the winner of the Nova USC game in the championship.
I do like, that's going to be a good game. We'll break that down in a second. Talking about some bonus underdog plays, a little pick 'em here. Colby.
By the way, look how manly that Bulldog looks.
There's no crown numbers up yet. But any thoughts? We're doing a Final Four podcast tomorrow night. But any early action you like for the underdog fantasy pick'em for the Final Four?
Yeah, I mean,
what are we doing here?
So I mean, Florida kind of, first of all, Auburn's got Janai Broome, who knows what his health status is. But in general, Florida, I think you saw it in the regular season with what they did to him. I'm going to take Walter Clayton Jr. over 20.5 points. He's just an absolute beast, probably the best guard in the country. And then I'm going to go to that Houston Duke game. LJ Cryer, I'm going to take him under 16.5 points. I think it'll kind of be a little bit of a rock fight in that game.
All right, I like that. So
no one's picking Houston, by the way.
No. Well, Duke looks pretty awesome.
I know, but I'm just point. So
I'm going to try and talk myself into Houston. We'll see if I can get there. Walter Clayton Jr. higher 20.5 points. LJ Cryer lower 16.5 points. Of course, if you go to Underdog Fantasy, use the promo code SGPN, get you sweet bonus credits up to $1,000 back, available in Canada as well. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm, your home for AI picks and props. I'll be honest. If you don't, what's really great about Rhythm is you're a DGen, you're looking for some extra action, and you don't know anything about the sport. Not a problem. You're at your day job, you're bored, you got access to a screen. Oh, there's some day baseball on. Problem is you don't know shit about baseball. You do know where to get Rhythm, where they hook you up with picks, props. You can even build your own baseball model in like 10 minutes just by adjusting the sliders. My model just says keep smashing the LA Dodgers, their machine, but it's great. It also has props, which you could use, even though it's slightly different than fantasy projections, use to dominate on sites like Underdog Fantasy, but play around here. The baseball product just went live, and you get the 7-day free trial. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
All right. So what? Thursday, Cincy, UCF, 4 p.m. out in Vegas. Again at the MGM Garden Arena. Cincy laying 3.5 against UCF, -162 on the money line. UCF +134, 152.5 is the total. That UCF Oregon State game was wild. Cincy just kind of snoozed into the second round. I think listening to the players on Cincinnati after the game, it seems like maybe they had one of those talks in the locker room where like, listen, we're getting this money. This Cincy team looked very motivated.
$500,000 buys you a lot of chili jobs. I'll say that
they took care of business, and
it's a reasonably priced, delicious chili.
They had the DePaul kids,
Skyline chili.
DePaul kids were quitting by halftime. They really. Yeah, I guess this is two ways to look at the quick turnaround, right? You can say one, hey, UCF didn't look that great. Two, that was a wake up call. One, not having to play the full game is an advantage.
I think so. Yeah, that's how I'm grading it, especially on this quick turnaround. Cincinnati, I'm skeptical. I mean, I do have them moving on in my bracket, so I don't know why I wouldn't take them laying the 3.5. I don't think they're going to end up getting to the championship game.
Yeah,
but I think this is a decent matchup against UCF. But Colby, how do you see this?
Yeah, since he's won 6 of 7 under Wes Miller against UCF.
Yeah,
UCF's a lot of their team is out. So, if anything, this line stinks to high heaven. But I'm all over. Yeah,
this is a bet it right now, actually. Before these fuckers in the chat move the number.
And if you like,
oh my goodness,
if you like a side and or especially the totals, like the totals have been all over the place. Lock it in as soon as you see it. But I'm with you, Colby. I'm laying 3.5 with Cincinnati. Kramer, officially, what are you doing here?
Oh no, Cincinnati by a mile. Sorry, I just caught a Butler +7 out in the wild.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go. Sharp.
Yeah. Hooked it. It's in the boat. It is in the boat. Yeah, no, I mean, all right. So Villanova, I do not see a number out there yet. Oh, now I just hooked some Cincinnati -3.5.
Nice. Just lock it in.
Hold on. Let me get into the boat before we go to the next game. I like this. Okay. It's in the boat.
One of the things we should talk
over at
about
my bookie, SGPN. Yeah. So we don't have a number, Colby, but what would you make this?
Well,
USC Villanova.
You have what? Mike Nardi still coaching for Novo. Kevin Wheeler looking over his shoulder, but so Eric Dixon became the all-time leading scorer at Villanova.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it only took him 12 years at the university, but
oh come on, a lot of guys go to college for 12 years.
They look like they're trying to win too.
Well, that's why you trust that culture, man. But I'll say this: you're telling me he's not doing some Jaeger bombs in Vegas after becoming the all-time leading scorer in the history of Villanova basketball?
I think they came.
The USC Tulane game just ended. We're taping this at 10:44 at night.
Yeah.
I get it. You have they're not playing till what, Thursday, but still that
Thursday 6:30. So
Villanova,
it's a day and a half. They basically lost like 4 hours. Well, yeah, because Nova ended
4 hours. You can get a lot done in Vegas.
What does your boy Ken Palm have this line at?
They have Villanova -1.
Yes,
I feel like that's a decent number, right?
If it's 1, I'll lay it with Nova. If it gets like 4.5.
Yeah. What is your
Torvik has 1.3?
Okay,
for Nova.
We'll call it 1, or what do you want to do? 1.5?
I kind of don't know if I wonder if SC has so much support in the betting markets.
Well, and honestly, especially locally in Vegas, which is obviously the Vegas markets are skewed towards the LA market. So I wouldn't be surprised if some USC alumni head over to Derek's spot at the Circa. They get down and because this market is so small, their bets are enough to move this to USC as a favorite. I wouldn't be surprised. It'll probably bounce back and forth.
I would say like I personally would like the Villanova number that the ridiculous number they just had. Like, yeah, actually, the more that I think about it, maybe this is just it's pick 'em, but
yeah.
I don't want to be disingenuous because I'm going to be on Nova. I like what I saw.
Well, why don't we call it Nova -1?
I think Nova is the exact kind of team that will derail a super talented must-bus USC.
100%.
And one of the angles I actually like is Mike Nardi coaching them. I think he's trying to get himself a gig. So he's an assistant.
100%.
Now I'm not even talking about Nova. I think he could potentially parlay this into like a sitting head coach at a mid-major, in D1 basketball. If he can knock
there's
this
still
out
some
of the
open
park.
seats, right, Colby? There's still some coaching carousel
Yeah, Cleveland State right now. Cleveland State's looking for a coach. All right, Rolling Massimino 2.0. Let's go.
I mean, I got the Nova future. I'm obviously going to take him here. I think this is a decent enough matchup for him, and I like Nova here in the quick turnaround. They seem highly motivated. Now maybe they'll cruise after the blowout win. There's always that concern.
I love the day off because I'm thinking Dixon's probably getting shit hammered tonight.
Yeah, tomorrow, come on, he's got time.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be able to just pound about 20 Gatorades. Get some of those IVs. Get some of those IVs. Yeah.
Liquid IVs. Yeah. Did you see there was a dude who brought an actual IV into a sports book in Vegas?
You know, I'm a degenerate.
I remember working with Gronk, and we were filming the show Crashly. It's the kids clip show that I worked on. And he basically did his Gronk cruise. I don't know if you remember the Gronk cruise, where it's just
Gronk really is a man.
he did like 1 week out at sea, or it was like 5-day cruise, just partying all day, drinking, DJ, whatever. And he said he went through 12 IV bags.
My God. I guess that keeps you going.
Yeah. He goes, I drink vodka water to stay hydrated, and then IV bags in the morning. That was his key to success. And he's also just a massive dude. So I think that helps. And he loves boozing. I think he would say that himself.
I mean, IVs are kind of a unique experience.
Yeah. I'm a simpleton. I do the liquid IV. That's enough for me.
Yeah. But when you do a real IV and you feel that, you're like, I could see how you can get hooked to those things.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it just seems like a pain with the needle and
once you get past that, it does. It's like a cold tingle inside your body.
When did you get these IVs?
I worked at a hospital.
No. Okay.
And a couple times I came in hungover and had one of the.
They just hook you up.
One of the nurses, knew through some stuff, and then in college we had a couple guys who were like training to be medics or whatever.
Shout out to Canada.
Yeah, they would you could just hang out by the field, throw an IV bag in.
Shout out to Cannabis Capper. You know him from the TC pregame show, writer at sportsgamblingpodcast.com as well. His hangover formula: I just drink a Monster Rehab and have a cigarette. Yeah, that's a good formula.
Heaters,
caffeine and nicotine is a really get your mind right, get a little energy drink. Yeah.
I don't think it should be frowned upon because what it basically is like a slap in the face, just with substance.
Yeah.
Where it's like, give me a hit of that nicotine, some of the burn of the smoke into my throat, some caffeine, and maybe even some greasy food.
Yeah,
the greasy, like sometimes
nice breakfast burrito.
Whatever that might be.
Breakfast burrito, Gatorade, ibuprofen. That's usually my Saturday formula.
In-N-Out can
We're
work.
Basically doing a promo for our VSiN show every Friday night, live from the circuit, 8 to 11 o'clock West Coast time. Colby's going to be calling in, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Breaking down. We'll have the final 4 games. And we'll
say that
those.
Games because
we'll have some Crown stuff, right?
We'll have Crown final. Yeah. Well, so the Crown Final 4 is on Saturday as a build up to the actual Final 4. And then championship Sunday and Monday.
And if you're wondering when we're covering the NIT, that'll be on tomorrow night's show. So make sure you catch tomorrow night's show.
Yeah. No one was wondering that though.
Oh, there are plenty of TCE heads who are all over the NIT. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to the Anteaters.
Anteaters, UC Irvine.
Down to Sister Jean once again. Sean must be thrilled.
Oh no, I never. I wish her the best of luck. Health
life?
And happiness. Okay. Yeah, of course. I've never rooted against Sister Jean. I just discussed her own mortality.
She's outlived your
comments. The comments got taken out of hand.
She's outlived your petty prediction of her death.
You're right.
I think she doubled up Val Kilmer. May he rest in peace.
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Poor Val Kilmer.
Well, we did have that cab ride that one time with the guy who was not happy with Val Kilmer.
Well, this guy. I don't know what his deal was, but he was like a crazy guy. He was the guy that he pulled up the TV show Reacher.
No, we're driving. He fully turns around while driving to look at us in the eyes to ask us if we've seen the show Reacher. He then gets fully like what I can only describe as I couldn't see his pants, but I imagine he had an erection while describing the actor who played John Reacher. The show on it.
Well, he didn't like Tom Cruise because he wasn't big enough and jacked enough. I'm like, all right, this guy probably wants to fuck Reacher.
Yeah,
but he's showing us his phone.
But then he pulls up his phone
while driving, and then also we get into the conversation about the remake of Top Gun.
Hold on, pause.
Yeah,
he is once again getting aroused watching just a trailer for Reacher. Or actually, the beginning.
All while driving us to the airport.
Oh, look at those traps! I'll never forget the way he said.
Statistically, you're supposed to die on the way to the airport, right?
He goes. Look at those traps. You're not going to mess with that, man. And then somehow we got on a Top Gun, and he was unhappy because Val Kilmer. I forget what it was.
Val Kilmer's illness kept delaying. The release of Top Gun because they wanted to get the scene in of Iceman, even though he was dealing with his unfortunate, and that really riled him up.
I wasn't throwing slander at Val Kilmer. I bartended on Val Kilmer. Nice guy, by the way. Nice guy. Pacific Dining car in LA, which burnt down yesterday, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, burnt down. Some homeless people outside of it might have been making love and started a fire. Just completely break down. But
damn, that's a bummer. Are they gonna rebuild it? It was metal. How did it burn down?
That's
it's
crazy.
Gone,
it's gone. Colby, best before we give out the locks, best Val Kilmer movie.
Oh,
put you on the spot there. Cinema expert.
Well, hold on. His best role the best
Jesus
movie
Christ.
he did.
You forget Colby's like a fucking film nerd.
I mean, the first thought that popped in my head was Tombstone because he kills it as Doc Holliday, but he was in some other classics like Heat. Like
Heat was an awesome movie.
Top Secret in the fucking 80s. Have you seen Top Secret or Real Genius? I mean, Val Kilmer was the fucking man, but I'm gonna say Tombstone's the answer.
Yeah, tough to beat Tombstone, although Heat was really awesome. All right, let's close it out with a couple locks.
I probably would have said Heat. I wouldn't have even thought of Tombstone on him being in it.
But he stole the fucking
Well, now that you guys have said it,
his characters.
I'm just telling you off the top of my head, I would have been like Heat or Top Gun. Well, I'm not going to give out Top Gun, obviously.
Top Gun.
He played Jim Morrison too. He played Jim Morrison in The Doors. I mean,
was he in True Romance?
He was. He was as Elvis.
That would have been the third movie I would have thought of, and then I can't. Oh, you know what? The Saint. If you've not seen The Saint, you should watch The Saint. Very good movie. That would be my hipster answer. The Saint. Done.
There we go.
All right. Film nerd himself, Kramer.
I'm just telling you, if you want the hipster answer, it's The Saint. If you want the straight up answer, it's Heat.
Kramer, 2 locks. What do you got?
2 locks? Jesus.
All right. One lock for Ryan.
No. 2 locks. In fact, we could probably do. You want to just do 3 locks?
No, that's dumb because then it's just picking one game not to lock.
Yeah, I like that. I like the danger in that.
All right,
lock. We'll take we'll take Cincinnati because I said that was an obvious one.
Yeah.
We'll also lock up Villanova and then Butler as my dog. Or we're not doing a dog. I mean, I could do 3. And while you're at it, I could also lock. I mean, I could probably lock up Nebraska if we wanted to do 4 locks.
Oh, we're not doing a dog. You guys don't buy.
No, we'll do a dog.
Butler's my dog.
Butler on the money line.
Yes.
For me, I'll go Cincinnati laying the 3.5, Villanova laying the 1.
Great picks.
And Georgetown all on the money line. Hoyas are barking their way to another Ed Cooley run. Colby.
Yeah, it is. It's the lock is Nova -1, and then Cincinnati -3.5, and the dog is Butler.
Oh, okay. Because Colby broke the tie there because he had Butler and Georgetown getting the points. He likes Butler as his money line. Fun show as always. Follow us on X at Gambling Podcast. Come say hi. Colby cranking out the fun AI videos of Fran Duffy.
We got more coming too.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah. If my computer doesn't catch fire, there's more coming.
Canva's about to be
My
retired.
CPU is a neural net processor.
Guys, we're not doing slides anymore. Colby's gonna have a fucking.
Oh, that would be a little movie for each. Like
no, don't. What are you doing,
Colby?
Oh yeah.
Why are we not watching a little AI Trojan versus a Wildcat?
Oh no, what are you doing?
I'm working on this. I like this. Okay. I like this angle.
Oh no!
It's just loading up the
Sean,
videos.
You're going to be so angry when Colby has no time to do anything but make AI videos.
He does. He's an artist, right? He finds. Who am I to judge art? I'll leave that up to you. And
Tombstone, best Val Kilmer movie. Come on.
Yeah. Go hang out, watch Tombstone, bet on the college basketball crown. Do it over at mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, breaking down the Final Four. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Val Kilmer got a lot of talk on this podcast.
Kramer, let it ride.